Oh man, dragon fight was nuts. Oh, I haven't pulled up. Oh, I have 3 wishbones. Here, y'all want one?
Ooh.
Oh, here. You want the extra 2? Yes.
That's awesome.
I tossed you that sausage and jam back.
All right, well, I guess it depends on what I'm doing. So, for those who don't know me, I'm ItsCookieSlays. I used to be mainly a COD player. And so it came in handy with Discord, to game chat, to, mute the Discord, mute the, do whatever. So I have it set up to, on the right pedal, I have it for Discord, and then left pedal is for game chat, and then middle is just to, deafen everybody when I need to, I guess, chill out and talk to my chat.
Okay.
So now I guess kind of use it to talk to Discord.
Nice.
Yeah, I personally think that the pedal it's Elgato, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Elgato pedals, or what's it exactly called? I'm totally drawing the blank on that.
Funny enough, I have the box right there, and I can tell you. 1 second, I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Well, he
You asked the question, Cake. You asked the question.
I did ask the question, but I guess while he is away for a quick second, if you guys
there we go.
have any questions for me, Miss Vic, or it's Cookie Slay, go ahead, put those up in the chat.
Yes.
Anything for all 3 of us, for 2 of us, for 1 of us, it doesn't really matter. Chat is always open for you guys because it's an interaction chat. It's an interaction. So, what is the name of the pedals you got going on?
This is what I have. So this is what I have. It's the
Stream Deck pedal. That's what it is.
Stream Deck pedal, and I guess have the Elgato name in the corner and the symbol at the top. Very, very good. I highly recommend it. I've had foot pedals in the past. I guess they didn't work correctly, and I recommend it for anybody who's trying to separate different types of chats or deafens and use Discord a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's super cool, and it's something different that Elgato did compared to just a normal Stream Deck. Hi cats. There's literally 2 cats. What the hell?
They came to say hello.
They like to bug me when I get on my computer.
But any other time they don't?
Yeah, literally they're like, hey, you're just doing your thing, go away.
He came right up to the mic. He wants to ask a
funny.
question.
She never does that, ever.
That's funny.
She's like, hey, he's
fun.
doing something different.
So I guess just kind of bleeding right into that question, you said that you would recommend the Stream Deck pedals. Is there any other kind of tips that you would give any other streamer, or?
In regards to a foot pedal?
No, in regards to just streaming
Anything.
tips. Yeah, just any streaming tips there, my man.
Oh man, I have. How much time we got?
I mean, we have about an hour, so.
Well, I guess I can get started back with a little bit of background, where I started from and where I'm at now in terms of streaming and why, what works and what doesn't, and from my experience. So I started streaming roughly 3 years ago, 3.5. I didn't take it seriously for the first year and a half or so. I was just kind of doing my own thing. I used to stream from an Xbox, directly to Twitch, and then it was
directly right on Twitch.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, well, those were rough days because I would always like disconnect from the Twitch, and then it would literally I'd be like an hour in and it just drop, and I wouldn't even know. I'd be like full in game mode, with the one viewer or 0 viewers back then, and then it would just drop. And then, I started taking it seriously. I started joining Discords. I started joining Facebook groups, taking advice from people who've been doing it for a while. And I was struggling to get hit affiliate at first. I feel like
Always.
a lot of people really do, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that affiliation is a combination of things. The very first thing is Twitch's own math equation, basically, to get affiliated. They're like, okay, you have the 30-day average and stuff like that. And I like to tell people the best advice I ever got when I was trying to get affiliated was turn that 30 days into 25 days, turn it into 20 days. Because what they do is if you don't stream it for one day, that day doesn't actually get counted on the 30 days. So it subtracts a day from your average. A lot of people don't realize that. And so they're like, oh, it's a 30-day average. It's a 30-day average. Well, it literally, if you're familiar with a math equation, if something's omitted, it doesn't count. So it's literally they omit those days. So those days still count toward your 30 days, but it doesn't have an average at all. So it actually raises your numbers instead of lowers it.
Wow.
And so once I realized that, because I was streaming basically every day. I was taking away advice, hey, stream 2 hours, do this, do that. I was doing all that, but it wasn't changing anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like Rubber Ducky just said, look at my excellence off, and it went up to 2.9 because he took a day off. So a lot of people just don't realize that.
Yeah.
And that was literally the best advice I ever got in working toward affiliate. Because I was hovering right at, that 2 to 3 average, and I guess wasn't hitting that 3.
Right.
Okay, you guys are really of all the time.
You're fine. It's okay. You got your cats, and I got my 5-year-old over here trying to get into the camera.
Exactly.
So kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's still a 30-day average. It's just omitting certain days to make that kind of manipulate that number.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah, I was talking about the cat with the child, but yeah, I understand.
I'm so used to just getting right back on track because of them.
Hey, honestly, that's a great stream mentality. Is focus on the cats, throw their asses off to the side, talk right back to chat.
Yep.
It's literally just a streaming thing.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
The next best advice, and I wouldn't say that anyone gave to me directly, but I realized for myself eventually, and it took a long time. I was a COD, like I mentioned earlier, I was mainly a COD player and COD streamer for a very long time. And energy drink. And I was not hitting the numbers I wanted to. I'd have days where I would hit the numbers that I wanted to, but back when you're a first time streamer and you're doing it, you think numbers are everything right off the rip, and you let it affect your mindset.
Yep.
And you have those days where you're up, you're down, you're in between, and it's not that I didn't like or love COD anymore. I just hated playing it and streaming it at the same time.
So were you just playing pubs, or were you playing Warzone before?
I was pretty much doing it all. So I was doing pubs, I was doing Warzone, I was doing tournaments, I was doing it all. I was doing it all. And you know, I wasn't a bad COD player. It's just something. If you were to go look, if I were to broadcast my COD streams from back then, and then you'd see the more recent stuff that I've been doing, you would see a night and day difference because you can understand that I'm enjoying myself. So the advice I have based off that is find something you actually enjoy. Don't do it for the numbers. Find something you actually enjoy and stream that. And then your affiliation or whatever you're focusing on will come with it eventually.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
And it took me a long time to realize that. A long time. And I wish I looked at myself in the mirror back then, because I feel like I'd have better advice for everybody now. And I'd be where I'm at now back then.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in that mindset. Hey, if I play Minecraft, if I play Fortnite, Warzone, I'm gonna get all those viewers, and like it's kind of
those
really
games
not
are just
how...
so saturated. That's what it is. They're so saturated with streamers.
112%, dude. 112%.
And it's not just streamers, it's pro players who are streaming the game. They're not even interacting with their chat, they're just playing the game.
Yep.
Or ex-pros or anything else like that.
Exactly. Like they're having a great time playing the game that they've made thousands of dollars. Some of them
Or they're not even playing that game.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I follow a lot of COD pros or ex-pros, and sometimes they're not even playing Call of Duty. They're playing Overwatch. They're just chatting. They're Valorant. They're playing a lot of Valorant.
Real quick, Rubber Ducky. I like chocolate chip Reese's Chewies.
Dude,
cookies.
that sounds delicious. That's a thing.
Yes,
That
it
sounds
is.
diabetes.
That sounds delicious. It makes my teeth hurt.
and I know, since you're in Texas, I know you get them because you can find them at HEB.
Oh
Chips
shit!
Ahoy actually makes them.
Oh shit! Yeah, I like having a Texas person on here. Let me know exactly where to find shit. Yes.
Well, that's weird because the last podcast we had a Michigan person, so I was totally understanding him with the Fagos and the other shit like that. So now this week we got you and your Texas.
Yeah.
They're not very big cookies, but they are delicious and they're chewy and I'm hungry now, guys.
All right, well, so Cookie, what kind of really got you into the whole streaming thing?
It was another streamer actually. So
Usually how it is.
I have a friend, a local friend. Big shout out to him. His name's Teddy.
Shout out to my main man Teddy. What's up, man? How you doing?
He basically told me, "Hey, you're better at any of the games we play. Why don't you start streaming them like I do? You chat better than I do. Why don't you do that?"
It's the onions. I'm really shooting.
And I go, "Well, I've never really thought about it. I guess I have my Xbox and stuff like that." And so we started, doing small streams from the Xbox, like I mentioned earlier. We started out. I was originally a Gears player.
Oh yes, that's my game. Gears of War.
Oh,
Hell yes.
man, I haven't played Gears in years.
Yeah, I'm a big Gears fan.
Love
I
Gears.
played since the very original. I was very pro, trying to become a pro, and then it was my game. It was my game. I probably have over 12,000 million hours on that game. But we started to switch to more, stuff he was playing at the time. It was Fortnite, and then eventually COD. And right when COD started to get big, I said, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. Income tax came in. Went ahead. I'm like, hey, Teddy, I haven't built a PC in 10 years. Help me out. Because it had been probably that long since I touched, what parts go where and stuff like that. So he helped me build, and I think it was right before the graphics chip shortage. So I got lucky. I got a decent graphics card for, at the time, 30 series wasn't out yet. 20 series was out, but I wasn't going to pay 20 series money. So I started out with like a 1660 Super. Got it for maybe $150, brand new. And then I went from there. We just started upgrading stuff as we went. And I guess started to fall in love with it, not just from a computer aspect portion, but playing the game and playing, interacting with my chat when I had chatters and interacting with other small streamers. I joined so many Discords off the rip, and I was trying to figure out which one was best for me, and I finally found one that kind of stuck at the time, and I'm still part of that Discord, and they're doing great. There's a lot of really good small streamers still in that Discord, and everything just went up from there, and I guess fell in love with it. I guess absolutely fell in love with it. I even when I wasn't streaming, I was watching other streamers, and I was watching big streamers, small streamers. I was finding different ways to, like, okay, maybe I could do something like that. And then I had those ups and those downs, like it's discussed, and it was. I went through some personal stuff, and I took a break. I think I didn't stream for maybe 6-7 months at one point.
Wow.
And then I came back and I started it back up, and I'm like, man, this is what I needed to get my mental health back to where I wanted it. And if anyone's ever seen my stream, I always end it with keep your mental health first, everything else second. And that's how I end my stream every single time. And it's something I want to keep going. It's me being happy streaming is something I love. I love it, and I have the passion back for it now. And it's literally kept me going, basically. So it's literally what got me into streaming is my love that I found for it.
That's awesome, dude. That's absolutely awesome. Like
Definitely.
that honestly, dude, that's another great tip right there. Just focusing on mental health. I mean, kind of in a way, don't be burning yourself out. We keep talking about it, but you got to take a break, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break from streaming. If it's a week, if it's a month, if it's 6 to 7 months that you took, you need a mental break to recharge everything in your life.
Yeah, no, and I didn't believe it at first, because others would say, hey, don't get burnt out. I'm like, I'm not gonna get burnt out. And man, I was so wrong.
Yeah. Burnout happens. It's happened to me a few times. It hasn't happened to where I stopped streaming for months, but it's happened. It's probably going to happen soon again, too, because I've been streaming for like 10 days straight.
Oof. Big oofs.
Yeah. 10
Wow.
days. That's it. I'm just kidding. No,
Those are baby numbers.
I've gone months without taking a break sometimes, and I don't suggest it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I 10 days is a lot for me now. Like, I recently moved, and I wanted to make it up, and so I did stream about 2 weeks in a row, and then I finally took a break Tuesday, and so that was my first break in 2 weeks, I think, since I moved, because I wanted to make it up, because I was missing a bunch of streams than I would normally do, and I was definitely burned out by Tuesday, so I was like, you know what, I wasn't feeling good, and I'm like, man, this is just me being burnt out. I'll be good the next day. I was good Wednesday, so.
Yeah, and I think I saw you had like a really good stream, huh?
I've been having some really good streams for a while now, and in terms of put like this, since I quit being mainly a COD streamer, I'm enjoying myself, and you see it on my face and stuff like that. And it's I the passion's back, like I said, and the numbers are there now. And
Yeah.
I'm like I said earlier, I don't focus on them, but I see them. And the numbers are there, the streams are good. I can go longer when I want to. I got off stream yesterday at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., something like that.
Dang.
And it was literally just a blast all the way through. And there was a point where a new streamer came in from a Discord that I know, and he's like, "Hey, do you have any pointers?" And I stopped playing the game, and I guess chatted with him for like 30, 45 minutes. And it was just a good time, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people can learn from that. It's
Yeah, this is the same kind of.
I feel like a lot of streamers
Kind of bridge the middle. I like
don't
this kind of outside.
take the time to give back to new streamers, and they get frustrated. And they like, oh, why is anybody helping me? I don't understand how to do this, and I don't understand how to do that. And any new streamers that ever come into my stream, I'll take. I'm typically, unless I'm playing COD, I'm literally good. I'm pausing what I'm doing, and I'll talk to you and answer the questions that you're looking for. And I'm, if it's a question I can multitask and do both, that's what they want. But at the same time, I'd rather just sit there and chat with you about what your goals and what your aspirations are.
Oh.
That's how I kind of am.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. Like some people in the Facebook groups, or like you said, come to your channel asking for help and tips, and you give them just a couple tips, and they're just so appreciative. Be like, wow, thank you so much for actually helping. You don't know how many times I've asked people to help, and they just ignore me or whatever. And so it definitely makes a huge difference. And it shows what kind of person you are, and especially when you're streaming, you pause your personal content to put other people's needs on the table, just so you can give them a couple tips and then talk to them for 20, 30 minutes about any kind of tips or tricks or just any kind of personal help that a brand new, smaller streamer can do to achieve affiliate. I've personally been there, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah. I could talk all night to my chat about the tips and telling them how to do stuff and the different ways that I mean, my biggest thing has always been like how to make affiliate. I love helping people try to make affiliate. So I don't know. I seek that out in the people that we bring onto this podcast and the people that we bring on as mods for the Facebook group. I look for that willingness to help instead of being focused on your own stream. You're willing to help other people.
Yeah, and that's exactly what our networking streams are for. That's what this podcast are for. They're not for us. They're to help showcase other people. They're there to help other people with tips and tricks and ways to reach goals.
Definitely. So I gotta ask a question. I just want to ask before I forget it again. Where did your name come from?
Good question.
It's got to have a story.
It has. Well, that big ass grin. It has to have a story.
All right, so it has a combination of a story.
Okay.
So my original tag on Twitch was Cookie Monster 4A. It was spelled very weird. It had no discoverability. It was very hard to find if you were trying to search it. And what that was my original gamer tag.
Yeah, it's cool.
The gamer tag came from high school. I was over at a friend's house, and we were, it was after school, and we were both athletes at the time, and we both got like these big pizzas for ourselves, like one apiece. And after we ate them, we were like, man, we basically crashed out, you know? And, you know, we're watching TV at his place, and he goes, Cookie, pass the remote. I mean, Corey, pass the remote. And the nickname kind of gets stuck, Cookie. And I just kind of rolled with it from there, all the way from high school. And,
That's awesome.
So when I was trying to find a new name for Twitch and to stream on all socials and stuff like that, I wanted a name that catered to my old gamer tag / nickname, but also had a little bit more discoverability, but also was available on all socials. And so it came down to 00 Cookie and ItsCookieSlays. And ItsCookieSlays kind of rolled off the tongue a little bit more. And then also the fact that it's 00 Cookie was not available on, I want to say, Instagram at the time. And so I guess went with ItsCookieSlays, and the rest is history.
Oh.
That's awesome. I had to ask. It's such an interesting name. I was like, that's got to have something behind it.
I appreciate you asking me. Not a lot of people actually ask that. I think only a handful have ever asked, honestly.
Huh. That is interesting.
So
see here.
So you mentioned something about not paying attention to the numbers. So do you personally keep your like viewer count and other stuff like that up while you're streaming, or
I don't care about them, so I guess don't look at them. I don't hide them. I don't see a point to it. There's
you don't
a
see
lot
a
of
point in hiding, or you don't see a point in the numbers?
I don't see a point in hiding them. A lot of people will say, "Hey, hide them. Look at that," and stuff like that. I go back to some of the early advice I ever got is treat your chat like the same you would if there was one person to 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I know there's maybe 10 people in here, 20, 30, so on and so forth, I'm going to have the same interaction with you regardless. So to me, the number that's showing right there doesn't matter. Because it's going to be the same regardless throughout.
Yeah, because I just personally know a lot of people hide every single number on their streaming software, OBS, Streamlabs, or whatever kind of streaming software that they use. Like, so just very curious on your output of that as well.
Yeah, I've just never. I don't know. I've never truly understood why people hide it. I guess never understood it, so I guess never hit it.
I can kind of understand it. I get nervous. If I see too many people coming in. Like I start to lose my breath, and it's not fun. But at the same time, I'm a glutton for punishment because I never take it off of my stream. So.
Oh.
So the very first time I got like a really big raid, I did get super nervous. I won't lie. And if someone says, "Oh, I didn't get nervous" and stuff like that, and I got a super big raid, they're probably lying.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Clutch Belk. He's a pro COD player. Raided me back when I was very early. I think it was right after I got affiliated. And it was like 540 people, something like that, 543.
Jesus.
And I'm like literally, I'm on like 17 kills at the time. I'm like, oh, I'm having a good game in Warzone.
You're about to go for a nuke.
I'm like, I'm going for it. You know, we're going for the win, everything like this. And I'll be the first to tell you guys, and they know this. The guys I used to play with, they weren't good. They weren't good. It was me and my big old backpack back then.
Got it.
And you know, I love the guys. I still, you know, play with them off stream and stuff like that. But that's what there was. You know, I was the guy with the positive, really good KD, and they were the ones that made sure if I died, they buy me back. And then we win. But he raided me, and I'm telling you, my hands started doing this motion. I couldn't shoot. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's going 1,000 messages a minute. It's going insane, absolutely insane. And I won't lie, I freaked out that day. I was freaking out. I was highly appreciated, obviously, highly appreciated.
You have to.
You definitely have to. Shadow would clutch for a little bit before he took off, and then man, it was insane. I've had some big raids after that as well. You know, as a streamer, you typically usually will eventually again. And it's even though I had that many people in there, I didn't even care about the game at that point. It was all about the chat. It was all about the chat. Even though his streams and most pro player streams aren't there for the chat anyway. They're there for the gameplay. We ended up getting like 3rd place. I ended up with, I think, 24 kills that game. And a lot of them were like, man, for somebody to handle it the way you do, that was great. I'm like, man, I was about to pee myself. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a lot of people, dude.
And they pretty much stayed the rest. I didn't want to get off because most of them stayed almost the entire time. And and I that was like a 16-hour stream, and he rated me at like the 10-hour mark, I think. And
they stayed.
They I want to say I rated out to another small streamer to extend the love. And I think that we rated with 300 and I want to say like in the 80s, 380, something like that.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was insane. But the reason I bring this up is a lot of people freak out with the numbers. But as we grow as streamers, as gamers, as content creators, whatever you want to call yourself, we get more and more accustomed to it. More and more accustomed, and we get that. So the best way I can explain it is I used to be in theater as a kid, and used to do theater, and the best advice I ever got was, hey, Corey, that's my real name if you guys don't know that. Hey, can you walk around like a penguin for me?
Can you do that right now?
I could. I have a cat in my lap. And...
oh, the cat didn't leave?
No, she came back. She came right back. It's
she
really
came
fun.
back. Okay.
I'll give you guys a demonstration. I will give you guys a demonstration. I'll wake her up here in a second. I'll give you a demonstration after.
Well, let's go.
We'll do it. So,
ready, boys. Get the clips ready.
So, at the time, I'm like, so I did it, and I didn't understand why she was doing it. And then we had a conversation again later on that day, and the theater teacher was like, "Hey, I just want you to get out of your shell." So when you're rating somebody, when you're rating a small streamer, someone who's not used to talking to a lot of people, that is a way for us as other somewhat, sometimes we're bigger, sometimes we're not, but to help out small streamers get out of their shell and open up to their chat and talk to their chat and interact with their chat and grow that community. A lot of the problems that a lot of small streamers have is they don't know how to interact with their chat. And if they can get out of their shell, that opens that up. Walk like a penguin.
Yeah, Yeah, Cookie, walk like a penguin.
I got you. I got you.
He's
Let's
gonna
go.
do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cookie Slays. Now I'm going to be walking like a penguin.
Let's
Not
see
like
it.
an Egyptian. He's going to be walking like a penguin, so get those clips ready.
Right.
So much pressure.
Pressure.
Come on, Court.
That is awesome.
That's incredible.
Yo, that's awesome. Good job. Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh, we got a sound problem.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
no.
Did the foot pedal go off? Oh, no.
I was deafened. I hit my deafen when I stood up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
That was a good penguin. That was a good penguin.
So, that just comes back to getting out of your shell, guys. I think it's great.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%. Like, yeah, I love raiding. Raiding is definitely a very underutilized tool when it comes to Twitch, when it comes to streaming. There are so many people out there that do not raid for whatever reason, big or small. It's just throwing away views at that point.
Yeah, that drives me crazy when I'm in a stream and I just see the stream end and you don't see a raid or anything. I'm like, man, some of these people have like 8 people in their chat, 10 people, and I'm like, that could have been your key to opening up dialogue with another streamer, and you just missed the train, bro.
Exactly. And for me, I'm very peculiar about my
On who you raid?
Yeah,
Oh, 100%. You have to. You have to.
So I'll give you guys a story. I go back to that clutch belt raid. The guy I raided, I wish I had. This is where I learned. Make sure about who you raid. I raided a fellow small streamer, someone who I gamed with at the time a lot and stuff like that. And there were some red flags when we were gaming and stuff like that, and I didn't listen to it and stuff like that. And I didn't stay around for very much long after the raid because, I had to work the next day, and I'd already just done doing 16 hours, so I was tired. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a good one. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a message in my sleep, and I wake up to it and stuff like that. And it's from another guy in Clutch Belk's community. And he's like, hey, I'm just letting you know right now what happened. And he goes, the guy was kind of racist and kind of sexist. And I go, oh, shoot.
No.
And he sent me a clip. And so I held on to the clip because I didn't want to instantly confront the guy or stuff like that. I didn't want to cause any issues. I'm like, okay, maybe there's just a misunderstanding there because, this is only a part of a clip. And about 6 months later, the same thing happened, but I witnessed it firsthand. And I go, okay, I get it now. And so I that was the first streamer / gamer that I used to associate myself with that I kind of just cut off. And I think that just brings up to my next point of advice: be cautious of who you have on your stream, and because you can control your words, you can control your actions, but you can't control theirs. And some people put on these acts and these charades for the views, and it's unfortunate. And then their true character eventually comes out. So you just got to be cautious. I'm all for co-streams and joining up with people, but it has to be the right people, and you have to make sure of it. If I had known then that he was going to do the things he did when I raided out to him, I would have never done it. I would have sat in a brand new streamer that I didn't know and see their content, like, okay, let's raid out to them. Mm-hmm. So now what I do before I raid is I let everybody know, hey, I'm going to read out to somebody. And if I don't know them already, I go, hey, let me make sure. I even tell my chat, hey, sit tight. Give me about 30 seconds to a minute. Let me make sure. See if I can see their character on the stream. I can usually identify it really fast at this point. And then read out. You know?
Oh,
but if I see a bad experience that they might have, I won't read out to them.
Yeah. What I personally do is if I have someone in my chat that knows someone personal that's streaming right now, I'd be like, hey, if anyone has any idea on who we should go send our raid off to, let me know.
Usually it's me.
Yeah, majority of the time it is Miss Vic. but I personally have red flags. Everyone has red flags of who they want to raid, what kind of person they want to raid, and other kind of red flags involving their stream.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like some people won't raid people that are VTubers. Some people won't raid people without cameras. Me personally, I don't care for people with followers only or subscriber only chat on.
I couldn't agree more on that one.
But those are just my personal red flags. I don't care if you're VTuber or no camera or camera, but it's just that followers only or subscribers only chat. Those are my 2 red flags.
Yeah, I don't like those either.
Yeah, follower only mode and streamer only mode, I think, is only for. It should only be for people who are getting very toxic chats for very large numbers.
Yeah.
And or like pro game streamers who are getting like stream sniped and stuff like that.
Or special events.
Yeah, special events as well. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
You know, people who have 10, 20 people in their chat, I don't think you should be having.
No, turn that shit off.
Every account only gets 2,000 follows. Why am I going to give you an empty follow if I don't think I'm going to connect with you? I want to chat with you before, or at least watch your content and vibe with you before I drop a follow.
Yep.
Oh, but you can always unfollow afterwards. No, like, why should I go through all that? It's not really a hassle, but why should I go through all that hassle of clicking the follow button to get your number up and then just to chat with you? I've even been in streams where they had followers only chat. I give them a follow. Then they have a 10-minute chill before I can actually start chatting.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Like, I had to follow you and then sit in your chat for 10 minutes before I can actually talk to you? Nani?
And these people don't know that they're shooting themselves in the foot either. They think that that's just how they want to do it. Yeah, and it's not. It's shooting them in the foot.
It's definitely shooting them in the foot, dude. 112%.
Yep.
Real quick, Rubber Ducky. Small advice. You say you don't read out because you have 0 viewers at the end. Pull up your own stream, raid out, so it shows that 1 viewer at least, and connect with that streamer that you are raiding out to.
It's a great way of networking.
Yeah, it's an awesome way of networking. It's a great way to grow your growth at the very beginning, and even when you're later on. So, regardless, 0 viewers, pull up your own stream, raid out.
Yeah,
that's a great tip. Yeah, we're just dishing out tips. We should be charging you guys for all these tips that we're giving to you guys. Sheesh.
And this is where we put in our cash apps and
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, donations.
What do you got?
Go ahead. Exclamation point, donate. Come on. All right. So let's kind of stay away from the streaming questions. But besides streaming and gaming or playing with your cats, as we can tell, what kind of outside hobbies you got going on in your life, man?
I've played basketball since I was like 5. So I'm short. Well, average height. I'm 5'7". So I've played against the trees my entire life, but it's something I love. It's definitely gotten harder as I've gotten older. I'm 33 now. Well, I'll be 33 this month, and I feel it in my legs. You know, playing against the trees for so long.
Oh no!
But I still love it. I play it every chance I get. So I'm a big basketball guy. Loves sports and stuff like that. Other than that, I like to do. I live in the beautiful city of Austin, Texas, and there's always something to do. There's always something to be outside. Let it be the lake. Let it be the Silker Park area. Let it there's water. There's trees. It's a beautiful outside city. They call it the live music capital of the world for a reason. And it's literally, there's not a single day in Austin that you can't go out and find live music. And it's so I like to go to shows. I like to, go out and have a good time and just enjoy life. I touch
like
grass.
that.
I'm a gamer that touches grass.
What the hell is that like?
It's weird. It's really weird.
Does it tickle the feet?
It tickles the feet a little bit, and sometimes sometimes it even pokes the feet. It just depends on where you go.
It pokes the feet.
Stickers.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
gotta
knew
love
she would
stickers. Oh yeah.
I already knew.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't have
Stickers.
stickers in Michigan. You gotta have stickers.
I know exactly what we call them pickers or pokers or whatever.
Well, we call them stickers here. They're stickers.
Well, I mean, me, like a normal person, when I think of a sticker, I think about the thing that you get from like the doctor's office at the end of your fucking visit.
You mean lollipops?
Oh my god, shut up.
Crabgrass. Okay, yeah.
Yep, crabgrass is bad too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
remember, anyone else up in chat, if you guys have any sort of questions for Miss Vic, Cookie Slay, or myself, chat is always open, so go ahead, put those questions up in the chat. Miss Vic, keep it on going.
Well, I want to ask, what do you still like? What is your number one challenge still as a streamer? Like you said, you've overcome a lot of them, but do you have anything that you still struggle with when you're going to hit that live button?
Unmuting my mic.
Obviously, we found that tonight.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a huge one. I've gone through so many different mics. I really have. I like
what kind
the
of
one I
mic are
have.
you using? What are you using right now?
I'm using a mono mic. I highly recommend them. This one doesn't have like a push to touch or anything like that for mute, but they have ones that do. I've used Razors. I've used HyperX's. I've used. There's a weird one I used early on in my streaming. I don't remember, but I've gone through a few, and mono is my favorite overall. I've had two of them, and one of them I broke when I moved a year ago. And then I muted the mic, and remember they changed the scene, so the gameplay. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I do that too.
I mean, I think a lot of people do that there, Lewis. I think a lot of people do that.
And just
I
chatting, you didn't
definitely-
go to the game. Yep.
Yep.
That
And then you do something good, but it's on your like personal or whatever kind of screen that just shows you.
Right?
Yep.
I don't know if this is a problem per se, but I feel like it could be better.
Dang. God, it's so
A lot of times I get into these like rants on stream, and they're not like bad rants. They're just I get passionate about what I'm talking about, and I just go and I 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 go, and it's 2 hours later, and I'm still talking about the same thing.
I do that. I do that a lot. I'm trying to help people out.
I do that a lot, and it could be any subject. If it's something I get passionate about, or it's something that like makes me mad, or I don't understand, it's just like I get frustrated about it or something, and I'm like, I just rant. I just go into this rant.
Like you just totally black out of your rant, and you don't know what the hell you just said.
Exactly. I don't even know where I'm going with the subject. And
then you start rambling and be like, oh yeah, this guy was an asshole. Then you start talking about Snickers ice cream. I don't fucking know.
Exactly. Like it leads to something else. I just go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was watching.
The magical thing of ADHD.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the rant is a good rant, and it's, yeah.
Oh yeah. Not
a
hating
lot
on
of the
those.
times it's not.
They're just
hear ya.
miscellaneous bullshit.
Yeah, we're done.
Yep.
Exactly. But hey, a lot of times it gives me something to talk about.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
Like those days where you have that 1 or 2 viewer or something like that, and you don't know what to talk about. And man, those rants save so much dead air, so much time.
So much dead air. Actually, Rubber Ducky did come up with a question. Do you guys plan your streams when playing?
Do we what? What was the question? Do we?
You
Oh, do we plan our streams when playing games or? I don't know that. I don't know how to answer that question.
yes.
Like
Like,
what do
do
you
we
like plan the interaction? Is that
or
what
just
you-
flip?
I don't really
Yeah,
understand.
if you could try to rephrase that question, that would be mucho awesome, buddy.
If he means like if we plan our streams, I personally have like talking points, but that's about as much planning as that goes into my stream. That's about it. Everything else is just whatever happens.
Yeah, I personally don't plan anything except for just posting in Discords. I just go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way as Cake. I it's kind of like I put up, hey, I go live and I post everything all at once, basically. And then I run my intro video, and then my only like talking points are usually based off whatever game I'm playing. And it's usually brought up by the chat, not me, unless it's me trying to start the chat.
See, yeah, I get a dead chat sometimes, and I have to keep talking. And so I have a list of things that I talk about that are safe. Because if I don't have a list of what is safe to talk about, I'll start talking about things that may be politics or something, which I don't want to talk about.
No. Yeah, you definitely stay away from politics.
So I have talking points, safe talking points.
Yeah, safe talking points are. If you have talking points, you got to make sure they're safe. Got to.
Yes. Politics and
you'll
religion.
just open up Pandora's box if you don't.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
100%,
believe me, I know.
100%.
And
You got to.
for me, based off the game, it's when I was a COD streamer, it was based off either the style I was playing, how I was doing certain things, the guns I was playing with, that kind of thing. And now that I mainly focus on RPGs and JRPGs and stuff like that. If it's a JRPG, if it's an old school JRPG, I'm basing it, the talking points off my experiences with the game, and stuff like that, or the chat's experiences and what their thoughts are, and then I just go from there. And a lot of times at that point, you've opened up the chat, and they'll bring your talking points to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of watch out for those red flag conversations, politics, religion.
I brought up
media.
politics one time, and I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Or stuff that's
yeah.
going on up in the news, or just anything that's super sensitive for a lot of people. Just stay away from. Talk about food, talk about vacations, talk about what are you doing later on, or whatever. Just stay away from the sensitive topics that people might kind of get uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right, man. But I think we are about to wrap it up. So, where can everyone come and find you for all and anything Cookie Slay wise?
I can be found obviously on Twitch at ItsCookieSlays, not just Cookie Slays, but ItsCookieSlays. ItsCookieSlays. And that's ItsCookieSlays on all socials. That's Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, anything. So that's where you can find me. And I mainly do, at this point, like I said, JRPGs and RPGs. So we do newer RPGs that come up. And then we throw in some rec shows as well. So we're doing some rec shows currently, but we'll have some new stuff coming up probably next week, actually. So
Sweet.
that's me.
Big things coming from It's Cookie Slays. It's been an honor, man. It's been a big honor and a big privilege.
It's been a pleasure. I thank you guys both for the invite, and I look forward to the future.
Absolutely,
Awesome.
Miss Vic. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we kick off a raid off to somebody?
Nope, I am good to go. I do have someone that we're gonna raid. And
Let's do it.
unless you guys have someone, because this is my sister, so if you guys have someone else, then we can certainly do them. But my sister does not stream very often, and she's streaming tonight, so we're gonna show her some love.
Dude, we definitely gotta go show her some love, show her some appreciation. Let's show her what this community is all about, guys.
Definitely. So we are gonna go ahead and raid out to Honey Pot. And all right, well, it was a pleasure, guys. As always, Cookie Slays, Cake Eater. I will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
And we are clear. Okay, we are clear, guys. Okay.